The signing of the agreement by President Kibaki and Prime Minister Odinga may have been the easier part. The formation of a special tribunal and the trial of the suspects are certain to prove a bigger challenge, both politically and legally. According to Judge Waki, after the signing of the Commitment Pact yesterday, Parliament should enact the statute for the special tribunal within a period of 45 days. But with Parliament breaking for the long recess yesterday, this deadline appears unlikely to be met unless the President recalls Parliament next month instead of March, as is the tradition.
Certainly, Parliament will not be able to pass a law establishing the special tribunal for Kenya to try the post-election violence within the 45 days that Judge Waki anticipated.
According to the LSK chairman, the Waki report was merely a recommendation and was not cast in stone.
Not everything that he recommended will be able to be done going by the timetable as intended it to be.
The Waki report pointed an accusing finger at key politicians and businessmen suspected to have sponsored the violence.
The post-election violence was spontaneous in some geographic areas and as a result of planning and organization in other areas, often with the involvement of politicians and business leaders.
And people who get into these activities, who commit criminal activities and commit gross and systematic abuse of human rights will be held to account.
And so the question, will the tribunal have the backbone to resist political interference, given that its very work could have the potential of ending high-profile political careers?
We want to ask the President and the Prime Minister that they ensure there is no political interference with the tribunal once it is set up.
The test for the MPs when they resume their sessions will be to pass a law to ensure that the tribunal has the requisite teeth to bite.
Maybe the only fear that Kenyans may have in their hearts, which we believe the MPs will be big enough to overcome, is whether the MPs will be magnanimous enough to pass an act that will establish a statute that will give legal force to the special tribunal.
The Attorney General, to ensure that the Witness Protection Act is also being implemented, so that the witnesses that will appear before the tribunal are not intimidated, they are not afraid.
The one thing that both politicians and analysts agree is that the prospect of the Hague hanging over their heads, politicians will do everything possible to ensure the trial of the suspect is handled effectively at the local level. Peter Opondo, KTN Prime.